my little brother handed me a note our mother had hidden inside his backpack for 11 years, and I knew our family was built on a lie. It was folded into a triangle, the way people used to fold. Ben found it while looking for a pencil case wedged behind the lining of an old duffel bag in the attic. He didn't understand what he was holding. He just knew it had Mom's handwriting on it, and he thought I'd want to. If anyone finds this, I need you to know the truth about Ben's father. I read that line then I read it a fifth time, hoping it would stop making sense again. My hands went cold. He didn't argue, which told me he'd already felt something was wrong, even if he couldn't name it. The note was 2 pages, written in blue pen that had faded to gray in places. For the man who packed Ben's lunches and coached his soccer team was not his biological father, that she'd made a choice to never tell him, and that she was terrified of what would happen to our family if the truth. She named the other man. I recognized the name instantly, Uncle Marcus. I sat on the attic floor for 20 minutes without moving. Then I called my mother. She didn't answer. She was 3 states away for a work conference, and it took her 6 hours to call back. I read her the first line of the note over the phone, word for word, and she went silent for so long. Where did you find that? She finally said. Not a question. But then, quietly, you weren't supposed to know like this. Just confirmation, wrapped in the wrong kind of regret. I asked her the only. She said no, neither of them knew, and that she'd written the note years ago during a moment of guilt. She said she'd meant to destroy it. She never did. For 3 days I said nothing to anyone. I watched my father help Ben with his math homework at the kitchen table, laughing at the same joke, and I felt sick with a secret that wasn't mine to carry and wasn't mine to release either. Then Uncle, the way he does every month, and sat across from my father like nothing in the world was wrong, and I understood that at least one more person might already know something. I confronted my mother again. I asked her directly whether Marcus knew what she'd written. She hesitated too long, and that hesitation, there had been a conversation once, years ago, that she'd never mentioned to me, but for the sake of the family, for the sake of my father's health after his surgery, for the sake of a peace. Now I'm the only person in that dinner room who knows the whole shape of it. My father, still laughing, still passing the potatoes like his hands aren't shaking slightly every time Ben calls him. Or my mother, watching me from across the table with an expression that says, please, not yet. Now he thinks it was just an old grocery list or a forgotten homework assignment or something boring enough that he stopped asking about it after the second day. I think about telling my father every single time I see him ruffle Ben's hair. I think about what it would break if I did, and what it's already breaking by staying quiet. Loyalty to a 10-year-old who has no idea his entire understanding of family might not survive one. The note is back in the attic now, exactly where Ben found it. I put it there myself.